Hey guys, we're back with some more 7th Lair. When we last left off, we beat the evil demon lord, and we got Maria. And we're still not done. My assumption is that Maria is in beyond, and Mel is like the one behind all of this. Because, just based off things he said. For example, or not said, in some cases. The big thing is, he knows Michelle is named Michelle, despite the fact that Michelle has never said his name. And everyone's called him Dark Knight. So I'm still not sure about that. Something's going on here. I don't know if that means he's the one behind all of this, or if there's something else afoot. But yeah. By the way, this is like the 4th or 5th video I've recorded today. I have missed this feeling. I just wanted to go, hard on a visual novel, just read 10 million videos in one day. I kind of had this feeling when I was doing Atlantis for Fate Grand Order, which I just finished like a week or two ago, despite not having uploaded a single video of it. But this is the first time I felt this way since, like, not quite with Disco Elysium. It was a little bit with that, but like, I don't know. The Requiem for Innocence? But Kikonia. It would have been Kikonia. Right. Okay. I forgot about that one. I still have like 20 gigs of videos that I'm not allowed to upload. Maybe one day. Anyways, it's enough rambling. We're back here. Huh? Wait, what's going on here? Didn't we just see the credits? New Game Plus? Thought that was that. Does that mean it's not over? Anyway, this is a graveyard. Because it's the starting scene, I think. This is where I first descended from the sky. So wait, does that mean... Huh? Wait a second? Is it someone missing? No? There's a guy that kind of seemed like a girl here, right? Huh? Now that you mention it, he's gone. Where'd he get off to? At a time like this, too. Mel? I'll go look for him. Don't, he's evil, he's gonna kill you! It's dangerous to go alone. Take this! These monsters! So I'll stay together and go... It's fine! Huh? It's fine. I'll go find him myself. You all don't have to come with me. Hey, why are you being so... So leave me alone. Ah, so here you are. Just looking all over for you. Mel? Big brother. Right. I have to tell you about my controls. What? Stop it, stop it. Why do you have to say that now? Big brother, let's go somewhere private. Not here. Hey, Mel, what are you saying? Controls? Do you hit your head? For that, you have to understand something about me. I'm an NPC. Mel. Oh, and he knew Michelle's name because he entered it. Tell you to stop. Please, not that. Don't say it in front of them. I'm your very own personal NPC. Dude, I called it last episode. My assumption is that Nelly was talking to herself on the forum thread. Using the, names, I forget what it was. Her name, and then Mel. Just talking to herself. Thanks so much for making Mel in Kingdom Heaven. What's happening? What is this? It's a little charade up your sleeve, I see. Hey Mel, not funny. Absolutely not funny at all. I've had enough with humans turning into NPCs with Aid's friend. Okay, so I'm assuming this means Mel is not the one behind this. Since does that mean? I guess it has to be Michelle. That's too easy. I wouldn't have normally been in 7th Lair, but having Pinky Rose and no Mel would just be too strange. So that's why I am here too. Listen to me! Stop it. Big brother, stop it. I know that. I already know. I already heard all of this. But naturally, I have no player. Hey, you punk! Cut it out and get back to normal! The normal, useless little turd we all know. This is me ordering you here. No, Mel isn't. He didn't turn into an NPC. He's been an NPC since the beginning. Get all this nonsense this instant. Maria, who only just met us, perhaps, but Michelle, not you too. So, okay, Nelly. I want you to control me. I want you to be my player. Oh. Your very own personal NPC. Oh, he's repeating. Stop it, no. Why do you reset? Okay, come on, try and move me with your will. It's okay, you'll get used to it quickly. This can't be happening. That's what... If she doesn't do this, she can probably cast a bunch of magic spells. Dude, why are you wasting your time on a useless summon? Hey, Nelly, drop it already. Joke's over. Nelly? He's imaginary. A sock puppet. So, okay, Maria's Emion. Mel doesn't exist. Yuki Moss is killed Pauline. What's Jacopo's deal? Is he just depressed? He's lonely? That's it, right? If we consider that this is a game world, that's what his blinds right now indicate. This guy here is this girl's NPC. There's nothing inside him. I have no idea how that actually works, but this Mel character here moves and talks. However, Nelly here wills it. Why are they changed how they spell their name? I thought that was just like a one-time thing, but no, they... Translation for this game is a little bit bad, huh? Or, well, I mean, the translation itself seems passable, although I can't really compare it. But just... the terminology they use seems to switch around. Everything up until now is a performance by her. Here's a doll that's being controlled completely by her. You don't have to say that right now. We can all assume as much from what Mel was saying. You don't have to go and lay it out. Why? What do you mean, why? Because it's hard for her? That's irrelevant. In fact, when your fake persona gets revealed, it's an incredibly painful thing. You get ridiculed, ostracized, sometimes banned completely. Foreshadowing, Emion. At least I'm not berating her about it. I wonder if that actually happened with Michelle finding out about Emion. We don't know how they took it. Although there was on the forum thread Michelle seemingly being angry at Emion, so I mean, you don't know what kind of circumstances she was in. It's okay. It's as she says. It's true, all of it. It's a persona I created. I don't have a big brother. I'm an only child. I got bullied at school. Started shutting myself in. Eventually started thinking, I wish I had an awesome older brother. Someone who would always be nice to me, would never yell at me. Big brother like a prince who would always want to be by my side. But never seemed real just having him in my head. So I used the internet. So, the Mel in Kingdom Heaven was actually me. It wasn't only on Kingdom Heaven. I had an imaginary brother on lots of sites, writing in different forms and chatting with people. When I was in the words, I don't know, it really felt like Mel was there with me. Looking at the chat logs, I really thought Mel existed. Made me feel like he was there on the other end of the computer. Made me really happy. In reality, not only do I not have friends, I don't have a big brother either. I'm all alone. For so long, I was keeping up 2 acts. When I woke up in this world, I saw Mel before me. Gave me the same explanation he did just now. No idea how, but in my mind when I thought I wanted him to do this or that or say this, he did it all seamlessly. It surprised me at first, but then I thought if it was a dream, I never wanted to wake up. Because the brother I always imagined I had was right here with me. I still don't believe it. Hey, Mel, is it really true? I need to go, well, I'll probably look back at the videos. I want to go back and look at, especially the conversations in the beginning before they meet Jacopo, and see if they read differently with this context. Mel. Big brother won't speak as he is. The tutorial's already over. If you don't give him commands, he won't do anything. I see. Some of the pieces of the puzzle are starting to come together. When I first met you, the reason you're already fully convinced this was a game world was Right, before you, I'd already encountered something unreal. This were the real world. There's no way it could be possible. That's why he would drift off at intense moments. Couldn't always focus on him. When is it no state to give Mel commands? The cat's out of the bag. It's easy to see now, right? Mel's reactions were always pretty similar to mine, right? Plus, he never said anything that was upsetting or conflicted with me. And I was controlling him just the way I wanted to. Maybe that's the reason he always had aggro. Something to do with the way the system sees him. It'd be a bad timing if one of us died. A bad thing if one of us died. So we're all real humans, you know? But Mel never was. Prioritizing the living? Game might have been looking out for us from the start. Huh. Really can't tell. This game is designed to be nice or cruel. You can be mad at me. I was deceiving you. In real life too. It's always trolling and being combative on the forum. Think I could be mad after hearing a confession like that? Yeah. This was the usual JB. You'd immediately call me out and ridicule me. Well, I didn't know your circumstances in real life, so... Even if you don't know someone in real life, maybe you shouldn't do that anyway? I mean, I guess that can be his thing, right? He just takes out his anger on people he's never even met. Through anonymity. I said it right. Nelly, do you remember what you said last night? If Mel was truly a person who didn't exist, well, I don't want to believe it. I understand. Still, I know that you have friends. How should I put it? One of them might be kind of lame. Another is annoying to the point where he gets angry at the drop of a hat. But even those should count for something, right? Oh, that's nice. Even if you don't have your imaginary big brother, you're not alone. Well, I understand now that you're a complete handful of cringe. But despite that, I suppose it's possible to stay acquainted. You really are like a game character. Silence, fool! No, you're supposed to call this a cur. Really? I mean, kind of an emotional wreck. The terrible things I said to you two, that's all the real me. Thinking back to it now, wasn't really anything for me to be concerned about. Thanks to that, things actually stayed interesting. But how did Mel know his name was Michelle? Because I don't think Michelle ever told his name to Nelly? He was about to, but he didn't. Right? Unless I completely forgot the scene. In which case, my entire reasoning for making this theory was just false. Well, I won't bother questioning any of it now. Oh, thank you. Never thought that you'd accept all this so considerately. Well, it was as though you were doing something bad. Actually, you know, I'm more impressed than anything. You're pulling it off flawlessly. Trolling another character while moving and speaking yourself. Most people couldn't do something like that. Been putting on the act for a long time, so I'm used to it, for better or for worse. I've had Mel in my head for a long time, but I have to put an end to it. Let's have an offline meetup. You have to meet in real life. Yeah. Don't they live in different countries? Sure, I'll give it some thought. Big brother. I have to say goodbye. Well, we can drag him around. We need a meat shield. Big brother, I know you don't really exist, but thank you for being with me. It wasn't like I was just playing with a doll either. I knew I was doing something cringy, but here in 7th Lair, I felt your presence. Wanted to see you here with me, and I wanted to talk to you. Wanted to hear you say my name with your kind, gentle voice. Wanted this happiness to go on. But I'm okay now. Goodbye. It's kind of waiting for an anime moment where he says like a line or I got an achievement. When am I supposed to cut it? Like just right here? I mean, it's 15 minutes in. I guess we can keep going. Hey, I'm sorry to dampen the touching mood we have going here, but how are we getting back? Oh. Ah! That's right. What the heck's going on here? We beat the Demon Lord, did we not? Sorry. 3 of you still need to have an emotional moment. Yeah, why are we still inside the game? No. Does it never end? If the player turns off the system, the game ends. But the game world inside continues for eternity. You can try again as many times as you want. Like, New Game Plus? What? So this is where we live now? Can never get back to reality? I mean, we have to wander around here forever? No. I have to return. Can't end like this. Something's unlocked. Huh? We're not finished, I bet. The first playthrough is over, but something else got unlocked. Some games are like that. Like the true boss will appear. Or a secret event happens. True. Dark Knight? Did you plan for something to happen the second time around? No, I don't think that far ahead. Just assume then. When you finish making the game, would you have made a second playthrough elements? I may have. No. I definitely would have. I knew it. Your game's never played by the typical rules. Okay, so if we find whatever game element got unlocked, then this time I'll end for real. What are we looking for? We gotta do a genocide run. As it is now, nothing seems to have changed. Let's go to town and gather info. The NPCs might say something different. But hey, we're already this far, so why don't we just ask the maker directly? Huh? That's where indie games shine. You're closer to the maker. They should respond to you and stuff. Yeah, but I don't know anything. Not you. The one who wrote the game after the original scenario. What? Hey, are you listening, other creator? We just cleared 7th Lair. Is there any secret here? I think it's about time you spilled the beans. Oh, what? That worked? Monica? What? What's happening? It's crashing. Showing themselves. My eyes are all flashy. This view is making me dizzy. Right now we have no idea where to go. Now I feel like I know where to go. Right now, I feel like I know. Feels like someone's calling to me. Something about it feels familiar. So, I don't know what's going on, man. Part of me thinks Michelle's behind it, part of me thinks Giselle, Morgana? Can feel it. The other side of this static. Let's go. What the heck? The fairies world? Where the hell's in Fata Morgana? The maid? What was waiting for us after we dove through the pool of static was... I could cut that video here just to be mean. I won't. An old lived-in room from some mansion. There's a large fireplace before us, complete with logs crackling in the flames. There's a single rocking chair, the one anyone would have before a fireplace. There's a dark tinge to the air around us. Where are we? An old fireplace or rocking chair. I've seen this scene before. He remembers! It's Fata Morgana! This is... Fairy House, oh. Fairy House was the first game I released to the world. Once the player sat in the rocking chair, the fairies would appear before them. Continuing to teach the fairies words would decrease their conversational capacity bit by bit. Simple game with a simple system. Still, being my first game, it meant something special to me. So it's the first one that I updated as well. Why is the secret area Fairy House? Is it related to 7th Lair somehow? Don't ask me. Looking around here, there's no one other than us. Nothing seemed blatantly out of the ordinary. The room was dark. The fire, our only source of light. There's a lonely air of solitude about the room. And a banger song. This is a letdown. Made it to the end game, but there's not even a last boss or anything similar. It's not scary at all. I don't know, it feels familiar. It's sad. That's how it made me feel too. Right. Sad to see in this dim light. It feels so somber. It makes me think of Fairy House. I like that game the best. At any rate, there doesn't seem to be any kind of last boss stronger than the Demon Lord here. Hang on a second. There's no exit here. What? Oh, you're right. There's no door or anything. Huh? What, are we shut in now? Is this some sort of escape scene about to start? maybe it's just a part of the game. Like, I don't know, they're recreating Fairy House close to the real thing, or something like that. The real thing. Makes me feel that way, but something's lacking. In Fairy House, once you started the game, you saw the fireplace, but there are no other elements to it. Alright, now that you mention it, usually there's a title screen or some options menu. There's literally nothing else here. There's not even a tutorial. Sheesh, this is exactly what we mean. There's no consideration for the players, no polish, just can't do a game right. It's not that it's unpolished, it's just the way it is. What I wanted to do with Fairy House wasn't to make it like a game, but actually the opposite. Wanted to do away with what a game is entirely. So even if people were dissatisfied with it, I had no intention of improving it. Changing any of the settings wouldn't have been an improvement. To me, it would have made it worse. But isn't making it easier better? Could have had a lot more people play it that way. Very creative. There's certain things you can give up, other things you can't. This is actually all entirely an argument about why Fata Morgana doesn't have like cute anime art with H scenes in it. No matter how confusing it is or how little there is to grasp at, by putting even one such expository line into Fairy House, then the fairies would truly cease to exist. By having the players spend time and search within themselves for how to connect with the fairies, their existence would become something real for the players. In a way, I made it difficult on purpose. You're living in the wrong age. No one wants an exercise in vanity in their games these days. A game that contains none of the creator's ego is just a useless commodity. Something like that can never become a masterpiece. But it doesn't matter if it doesn't sell. Something being unrecognized means it might as well not exist. There are plenty of approaches that can nab you success. All you need to think about is how to get your content out into the world. What you think of first is what you want to express. Even if millions of people download your game, it leaves no impression on them, and if they forget about it after a number of months, it fades away like a news headline. Did you really say it exists? Don't pull the exists in quotation marks like that. That's Umineko. Trying to put me down right now? Yeah. Oh, shoot! I downloaded your game 4 years ago. I think it was well researched and definitely consider the users in the design. But that was all that I got from it. All of your other ones were that way too. They sell well in the moment. They never remained a topic for long. You only made something to sell and you didn't have any sort of expression to go with it. Don't act like you know, buddy. Can you say your dumb games leave a lasting impression? You don't even have that many. They do indeed! Nelly 8 and his friend as well. It's already a 4-year-old game. And just sell too. Talking so idealistically, it almost makes me want to puke. You produce no results. You have no right to denounce my games. Just barking at the moon. Now you're taking jabs at me out of regret over your own games. Bashing on someone who actually made money. You're trying to put yourself on a pedestal. I'm trying to talk once you actually made it in the same league as me. Hey, calm down, you two. Why do you have to start fighting all of a sudden? Agreed. Can you two have your little rivalry debate later? It's not the time for it right now. Yeah, sorry. Alright. I just get a little fired up when people take shots at me. Maybe it's my creator dreams. Shh. I'm exhausted already. Can't leave this room as we are. So everyone search around and find a way to do so. I'll be observing from here. Report back when you found something. Just talk to the fairies. Not planning on helping again. Huh. This is something that anything should do. I should take a few moments rest. A couple then sat down in the rocking chair near the fire. The chair creaked from the weight of him sitting down. Before that sound stopped, a voice echoed in the room. Hello, JB. Ah! What? What the heck? I'm terrified. What is that sound effect? Let's have a nice chat together. What's going? There's a new song too. This is how Fairy House started. The players sat down on the rocking chair. The fairy appeared before them, which meant that Jacopo sitting down started a fairy house? So is this the actual voice of the fairies? Where's it coming from though? It was such an odd voice. It's an indistinct, yet floats sharply into your head. Well, it sounded like a young girl's voice. It's also like that of an elderly woman's. Something about it was enchanting. Something such as magic actually existed. Was it magical spells or something in the game? Rather, the mesmerizing effect of the voice itself. Just hearing the voice threatened to put you in a trance, chanting you into madness. Let's talk together, JB. I was looking forward to talking to you. Talk? I'll do no such thing. You're the perpetrator of all this, yes? Reveal yourself to us this instant. Something happened today? Hey, don't play games with me. The start was exactly the same as the fairy house I made. First, the fairy couldn't have a coherent conversation. As you taught them more words, certain parameters were unlocked. They could greet you like this. Eventually, they would ask you questions. Remember programming that exact question we just heard. Yes, it's been a string of disasters. I've been forced into some crazy game. Make it worse, you still can't find an exit. Hurry up and return to us or to our world at once. What does disaster mean? What does it mean? Are you toying with me? This is all you're doing, right? Why are you putting us through this nonsense? Answer me. Too many words for me to answer, JB. You little... Calm down, please. That's the pre-programmed answer. The fairy's only doing as the system dictates. What? If that's the case, then why are we in the fairy house in the first place? This is a deliberately made secret area. We're merely being made to do something pointless again. Put an end to this nonsense. I'm sick of it. You seem to be tired. What? Something sad happened to you, I see. And no more games. What are you talking about? Please tell me about the sad thing that happened today. I'll listen. What are... It's okay. There's nothing to worry about. I'm here to support you. It is okay. What the... It's as though the voice is trying to soothe them. It's time for a Jacopo emotional moment. To continue talking to the fairy. Start to adjust the words you use and the nature of your own conversations. The fairy's phrases and demeanor start to change. When Giselle used the metaphor of a counselor to describe the fairies, she wasn't wrong. For example, sad, painful, struggle, hate, sick of it, angry, pointless. Repeating these kinds of negative words over and again, fairies start to use phrases to sound accepting of your problems. It's okay, JB. Stop. Don't say that right now. What's wrong, JB? Why are you shaking? You're doing a good enough job. Not a bad person in any way. Telling you to stop. Jacopo. The others were confused by what they were witnessing. Being the creator of this, I knew it all too well. I knew why. Why the fairy seemed to be consoling him. Who was it that hurt you? It's okay. Let's not think too deeply about it. Have a good rest. So is this basically like the fairy that he made when he played the game? So he just said a bunch of sad stuff? I'm your friend. Please do not worry. It is okay. For certain types of people, having overly enthusiastic support only made things harder and added to their stress. What they needed was only someone to be accepting of them. The fact that the fairy was using such overly comforting language to him must have meant that Jacopo, have you ever told the fairy that you wanted to die? What? JB, but why is Sita Lofram doing well? Huh? Is Solperide one of your friends? Stop it. Stop talking, no more. Quitting the game. Force quit. Fairy house quit. It's okay, let's depend on our friends. I'm ordering you to stop. Letting his rage take over, Jacopo slammed the rocking chair to his side. A loud crash echoed throughout the room. Now the huffing and puffing Jacopo's face was as pale as a ghost's. What was that just now? Soap? Something? It's the name of a medicine to treat depression. Okay, I thought it was something up that alley, but I wasn't. Never heard the names before. Depression? What? No, I'm not that weak of a man. The only one here like that. It's not me, but Dark Dork over here. Hey, stop projecting. He's the one who would be depressed. He's a bottom-feeding game maker with no fame and no money. Fits the bill perfectly. You fairy, listen to you. You're saying that to the wrong person. Not like that at all. Never been to a psychiatrist? Jacopo? No, I'm not a bottom feeder. I'm not like you. I'm higher up. Calm down, man. I don't should I call you out on anything. I'm in a company. I'm employed. You got that? An NVC Corporation, a listed company. You hear? NVC Corporation? Oh yes, a very selective company that rejects even top-level graduates. What year? Huh? Is he not actually? You just made that up to sound cool? I mean, what year did you enter the company as a new hire? Your age is fine too. 26, but what does that... 26? So you joined as a new hire at 22? What does that matter to you? I'm 25. Should also point out that I'm an employee of NVC. Oh. The year before I joined, they didn't take any new employees fresh out of college. Not even one. No, wait. Maria, stop ruining everything. Right, I forgot. Took 1 year to study abroad, so I ended up graduating a year later. So that makes us the same year in the company. I've never seen your face before. This is a massive corporation that's stretching out the world. Eat smaller companies for breakfast. Obviously, you couldn't know the face of every one of your colleagues. Yeah, well, usually you'd be right. That is, if you didn't know the way we roll. All of us that joined the same year are really close-knit. So even those in offices in other countries, we're all linked on Facebook. In fact, if we're not linked, the first thing that jumps to my mind is, why not? People not being in the NPC Facebook group is both weird and hard to believe. Yeah, actually, I prefer to use MySpace. Everyone is open about having their real face in their pics. So, the idea that I've never seen your face, or even your name, is, you know... I mean, so that's a little contrived. But... No, wait, you made a game. It was a hit, didn't you? You say that you're working in a company? Aren't you the one that's lying here? Jacopo, just stop. Oh, you mean Farmy Farm? It's basically a free game. I didn't make any money from it. Before since then, I made a few other simple games just to share. They managed to reach about 5,000 or 6,000 users, but the price is under $2. After fees and whatnot, I only end up getting about $1. What? Oh, you mean per purchase? I thought you meant from, like, you know, all of it. Even then, they take months to finish. If I can get more out in a shorter time, I could probably get by on making those apps alone. I don't really have it in me. That's the story there. Just a normal company worker. How can... Normal company worker? You're a contracted employee at a listed corporation. As a side gig, you make games that sell 5,000 or 6,000? Nothing can possibly go that smoothly for anyone. Apparently went smoothly. I worked hard at it. I'm not gonna let anyone think it was just luck or something. But I think I figured out what kind of person you are, JB. Your true form is a filthy, jealous liar. You look down in scorn on others, trying to keep your fake persona in equilibrium. That's why you're always trolling Dark Knight on Kingdom Heaven. You're someone who does nothing but trying to bring down others for doing something. Isn't that right, JB? No. Now that I really think about it, on the forums you're always the quickest to reply. Be so greedy at the keyboard. There's no way that can be an office worker living on society's schedule, is there? JB, it's not really a bad thing, okay? Maybe you tried to push Dark Knight a little much here and there, but was fib about your life a little. Kind of similar to the way I did. Something happened, enough to make you mentally unwell, right? It's not your fault then. What's wrong with trying to get well with medicine? Everyone has times when they're unstable in life. You were a little hard on him. Don't make that face. Maria. It's not necessary to be so combative with your words like that. Well, come on. Makes me mad now, pardon my French. And lots of your games that you made just to high heaven by him, right? In reality, all that JP here was doing was spewing his own insecurities all over them. Me, you know, I focus on reality. Such a poor guy as him being the target of my truth, no, I'm gonna look like the bad guy. Still, doesn't override all the times that he lied and looked down on other people for no reason. I mean, true, but also, like... You two, you should have gotten mad at him. I think for now, you at least owe Dark Knight an apology. It's payback for all the times you teased him and tried to insult his social standing. It's fine. I don't really care about that. I don't desire any kind of apology. Really? Really? There's more hostility online than I could get in a lifetime. Why should I care about him alone? Well, if you say so. But why? The usual JP is so bold and full of confidence. He doesn't at all seem to like the person who would say something about wanting to die. That's how it seemed on the forum, too. Think me any way you want with words. That one for you as well, right? Ah. So that's what it came down to. This guy here. Enough. Stop already. Cut me a break, please. Getting called out by someone is the worst thing for me. But, it's like you say. In no position to be criticizing Dark Knight. It's me. I'm the shut-in. The NEET. 26 years old. I haven't even found a single job yet. Everyone around me is moving forward, getting married. I've accomplished nothing. Since I failed to get a job after my first search, I've been stuck. I haven't been able to turn it around. I think of myself as a distinguished person. That I can never take a normal job. That pride keeps getting bigger and bigger. On the forums and in 7th Lair, I played a character. Try and tread on others and get a temporary feeling of superiority. Only to return to my depression hours later. Asking what happened is pointless. Because nothing happened. That was the problem. It's not even an identifiable reason why I want to die. Just want to because there's nothing but emptiness in my life. I have no one to open up to about this. So I spend my time bashing free games online. No, it's not bad. Fairy House is a really good game, Dark Dork. I feel like someone finally listened, accepted me. So you didn't mind it, but I feel sorry that I did that. I think I definitely was jealous in some way. If we get back to reality, I won't troll anymore. I won't write anything under Kingdom Heaven. No, you better write about how much you like my games. You better be at the offline meetup. Sorry. No, it's fine. Thinking back, some of it was fun too. And plus, just with text, I didn't understand anything about you. But now I feel like I know you. Maybe. Our interactions can be a little different now. I know how you feel about not being able to do anything. And look at me. I'm hanging on the edge too. But it's not over. Both of us. Our lives aren't over by a long shot. So once you're gathered in Kingdom Heaven, we have a connection. Don't say you won't write anything. But, yeah. Let's meet up when we get back. You better fly all the way over from America, dude. Or Italy. Or, well, no, Sicily, right? I know that right now. You need someone to listen to you. Yeah, let me join too. We should all be friends. We're just saying we should all meet up sometimes anyway. But, are you too sure about that? It can be a hassle to be around. If I'm left to talk normally, all it can be is negative. That's fine, really. I'm overall a pretty negative thinker too. Oh. Okay, wow. I didn't think you'd all process that so easily. I wasn't anticipating that. Well, maybe because we're all similar in a way. Well, then now we have to make the negative faction. I don't know about that name, though. Yeah, maybe it's just kind of, yeah, chilling. Hey, maybe that's the link for us in 7th Lair. Huh? Feel like all the people gathered here, you know, have something heavy that they're dealing with. So, you want to share yours, Maria? And then Michelle? Everyone's kind of like that. Like this girl here and this guy. I didn't actually meet him, but the Dutch Decapitator was here too. We're all in Kingdom Heaven, so we ended up in 7th Lair. Cause of it was that we downloaded the game. I feel like it's not only that. Hey, so what about you? That would mean that you have some issues too. What issues could you possibly have? You work at a famous corporation, or internet famous, may as well be in a different dimension than us. Yeah, I'm sure it's just stress of being a prodigy. We have our own worries too. Yeah, shut up, Imion. What a fortunate issue to have. Yeah, you know. And hey, I was thinking about the name 7th Lair. 7th of what? Lair? Is that supposed to be like an area? Like in a game? Well, I don't think it's exactly that. Oh! I just realized it's 7th Lair, not 7th Layer. Wait. Yeah, oh, okay, I'm stupid. I always read it as, like, Layer. Kind of like that. Okay. Whose layer is it? I don't know the idea that maybe 7th Layer is actually the 7th layer. Wait! That's how... Huh? 7th Layer? What do you mean? Is that referring to, like, hell or heaven? You need to read more books, buddy. Books, you hear? Get that imagination moving. Go read Dante's Divine Comedy. According to Dante, the 7th circle would be the closest to illusion. The Divine Comedy? Okay, so it actually is that. Huh? What? What? I don't get it. The Divine Comedy by Dante. One of the sections is about the descent through the Inferno. Speaks about the layout of hell. I don't know the individual layers. Hell exists in many layers on top of one another. The deeper the layer, the more heinous the sin. Is it sloth? 7th layers were those who committed violence or sin. Oh. Violence? Never heard anyone in my life. Violence is a broad definition. Of course, there's violence against others, like what the Dutch decapitator did. There's also suicide, meaning violence against yourself. Oh. That's absurd. I still haven't planned my... Oh, you just said still, didn't you? I mean, it's just a possibility of it happening. But it still doesn't fit. You're saying that the Inferno Dante envisioned of is where we are now. But this isn't hellish, nor are we made to suffer. We're only being made to play a game. Can such an absurd hell exist? Maybe we're about to start our suffering? Never being able to leave this room, unable to ever atone, made to stress and worry. What if that was it? So wait, this is the end? The 7th layer not actually have an ending? I finally made some friends too. Hey, we can be friends forever now! I was planning on trying so much harder in real life too. Is there nothing we can do about this? Oh! Intense music! It's merely a guess. This is not over! Maria, you were the one who said that we need to meet with the creator directly. There's something on the second playthrough. We have to find the true creator and ask what this place is. There's some common link between us. The one who's pulling the strings. Well, you gotta think, Dark Knight. The one who's the most knowledgeable about Fairy House is you. It's time to draw the card. The card that pulls the puppet master out of the shadows. Morgana! Giselle! White-haired girl! Just shout all their names. Eventually we'll get it. Right. At the moment, we're frozen in place. And I mean, we still haven't approached the fact that they're Amion yet. So, I mean... We got past the static and thought we could meet the creator of 7th layer. But instead, the fairy is just the same one I programmed. With no hints to go off, how does she expect me to just draw the proverbial card we needed? It's the hero card! It's symbolic. Or something. Thank you. Is there something here? Oh. Question mark? No, it's nothing big. At least it probably isn't. Looking at that fireplace more closely, it's looping. Fireplace is a looping? The fire itself, just repeating the same motions. So that means it's not actual fire, but a visual where the fire would be. The town in 7th layer was the same. The crackling sound of the flames was just a loop of the same sound effect. Yeah? So what about it? We go through the fire and flames! Isn't it a little weird? Everything's been a little weird since the start. What's weird about a fake fire at this point? Right. Except, for them to use the sound effects and visuals, means they're trying to reproduce Fairy House exactly according to the game. And, yet, there's no theme song! We had music playing though. Alright, I didn't notice. After the patch came out in February, there's a theme song added to it. Right, it started playing once you booted up Fairy House. As they overlooked it? Was it just an oversight? Somehow doubted that whoever created this is the type to throw something together haphazardly. He made that song with Giselle, right? At least that's what that one dream sequence seemed like. And if that's the case, I think it was done intentionally. But for what purpose? Well, I have to ask whoever planned it. Wait, it's whoever planned it. Right! This could very well be it. Our way to communicate with the mastermind. What do you mean by that? Something was left out intentionally. The players get curious and want to ask whoever made it. The ones who go that far are only the most hardcore fans. Usually people just write it off as a bug or an oversight. We're players who would go so far as to concern ourselves with the creator. Maybe we're supposed to be the ones who sing it. And the creator probably wants to hear from people like us. At least, that's what I think their aim is. I can sing it. I definitely remember all the lyrics. Played it nearly every day. So I suppose I remember them as well. Played it that much, huh? And you, Maria? If you can, I think it's best if we all sing together. Yeah, sure. I'll sing. You know the lyrics too. Well, yeah. Okay, can we start? Let's start on 4. Okay, I'll sing along too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can. Okay, I don't want to ruin the music. No, I have to. The voice. The voice always there for you. No, that's not the song. The voice of a fairy. Someday you shall be away. I'm very good at singing, if you can't tell. But her voice will never fade away, as memories have not gone away. Someday when it comes to be oppressive days for you, remember days I was with you, the days of warmth and peace. I'm very good at singing. I shall send you the voice of a fairy through the river Rhone. No, it's the river Rhone. Rhone? Huh? Isn't the wrong name there? It's Sion, right? I don't think it's wrong. I mean, I've listened to it so many times now. Which do you think it is, JB? Pretty sure it's Rhone. Come on, it's Rhone. It's the correct lyric. That's the lyric in the patch for version 2.2 that I uploaded to your Kingdom Heaven. Wait, is this Giselle? We've been tricked? Version 2.2? I thought something was off here. Wait, no, he said Iming on version 2.1 but never uploaded it. Well, I still don't know, is Iming on Giselle also? I assume not. He said he only posted anonymously. I'm quite well informed about Kingdom Heaven's happenings. Also about my games in general. I was just a lurker. The games all I had to keep an eye on a potential rival, and that's not it. There's something more definitive. That it couldn't possibly be the case, given your appearance. The theme song. We did 2 versions of it. Let's sing it one more time. Why, that one wasn't bad at all. I want to change the lyrics, there's no quotations. Just the end part. Not the Sion River, but the Rhone River. We visited the Sion. I just think we have such nice memories at that place. Kinda wanted to have it be our secret. For you only, have the fairy song resonate within the Sion River. Okay, let's do another recording. Okay, but I want to keep this one anyway. Said we wanted to be our secret. There's another, and I would like. There's another, and I would like for them to know the true version of the song. He's the only person I can actually call a friend. He's important, so I want him to hear it too. Okay, I understand. It's someone like that, and I support it. Maria was Iming the whole time? What? There's an unreleased version of Fairy House. What I uploaded to Kingdom Heaven was version 2.2. Version with Sion River is the theme song in version 2.1. Only gave it to one other person. Well, technically Giselle knows it too. There are only 3 people in this world who can sing Sion River in the song. Wait, what? Imion! What the heck? I never knew you did that. Why did you lie? You always said you were a man. Stuff. Pardon my French. So I can just shot myself in the foot. I was really trying hard to make you think I was someone else. Answer me. Imion? When we always wrote on the forums, he was always so much nicer to Dark Knight than the others, so I kind of thought they knew one another in real life too. He was a she? Usually it's the reverse. A girl pretending to be a guy? That doesn't really matter right now. What's important now is it... Like, heck it doesn't! You were lying to me for 5 whole years. Not only that, you're a content creator? When you had more hits than me to boot. Even though you always said you weren't. Whatever. Is this really the time to bring it up? You're supposed to be getting the true mastermind to show himself. I don't know. If I don't now, then when? So were you always looking down on me? You revealed on how I never got any hits, didn't you? I thought you were my friend. You deceived me! Answer me, Imion. I told you the truth. You wouldn't have kept being my friend. But no, you definitely wouldn't have. It's the kind of guy you are. If you knew I was a woman, you would have stopped talking to me. If you knew I'd made Farmy Farm, you would have seen me as an opponent from that point on, complete with your selfish poor me inferiority complex. You would have pushed me away. I mean, even now, the first thing that came out of your mouth was accusing me of reveling over your download count. Not even so much as a glimpse at the relationship we've established. The first thing you put forward is your own insecurities. Well, I mean, it is at the reveal that you've been lying to him for 5 years. But still, friendship built on false premises. What false premise? What? As far as I know, I've never lied to you. But you have. I mean, you're not a man. Never asked to be born in this body. Oh wait, what? Plot twist! What? What are you? What is it? Transgender? Oh, that's a plot twist! Okay, I did not see that one coming. Yeah, that's what they like to call it. But, you just told me that why didn't you just open up to me? They had a line! Remember, it was back on Life of a Creator 3. They had a line that, girls don't like the way I look. But, you know, if they present as a man, then, you know, most straight women would not be into them. The reason is simple. Because I wanted to stay your friend. In the end, this appearance will always be stuck on me like glue. Even if I told you what kind of person I really was, you might have just said, okay. But you can never consider someone a man who has the body of a woman. You can never shake the incongruity. But, if that's the case, then with modern medicine, isn't there a way to do it? It's not exactly as though you're hurting for money. What a thing to just let roll off your tongue. I think it's like fiction and you can just flip your gender whenever you want. As far as money goes, it takes more than you're imagining. Beyond that, the physical burden on the body is huge. Despite your now shortened lifespan... Wait, really? Is that a thing? What you get is a far cry from your ideal. Your average person tends to think that way. Nothing to worry about with today's technology. As long as you have the money, you can fix any and all problems you have. But is that actually real, though? Do trans people have a shorter lifespan? But it's not like that. Can't totally reverse your gender. Well, I think... I don't have a source on this, so I could be wrong. I think they do have a higher rate of, like, suicide. But I'm more so talking about just, like... just living naturally, you know, not killing yourself. Just through through natural causes. Is that true? But it's not like that. You can't totally reverse your gender. You can get something vaguely similar and make your life a tiny less painful. Not to mention, you think you can just change it after being well into your 20s? Flip your relationships upside down. You might even lose your job. Or she said how on Facebook, like, everyone knew their faces. It's not the only risk. It's very likely your family and relatives would hate you for it. Everyone says on the surface that discrimination is bad, but society always pushes away whoever they suspect is a ticking time bomb. And even my parents cried and pleaded with me to stop. And when they made me go to a shrink, they all said the same thing. Can't you just give it up? In the end, realized that the only option was, to give it up. So the only place I could truly be myself was online, or through some character in a game. You tried to hit a farm, saying it had no substance or whatever. But you know, I made that for a girl. Huh? Wanted her to like it, to smile. Can never tell her how I truly feel as long as I'm this conflicted in my own mind. So by having her enjoy something I made, wanted my existence to have a lasting effect on her. I mean, yeah, from a creative standpoint it lacks substance. It was inspirational when I made it. The reason it was such a cutesy game... Okay, plot push, she made it for Giselle. Was because all I wanted was a single girl to enjoy it. But in your interview, there's nothing like that. You think I could let them write that? They wrote it for my girl crush? With this body? I mean, lesbians exist. Like, as far as the media would see it. But you know what? I agreed to do that thing as long as I didn't have to show my face. They went ahead and did it anyway. They insisted this is what sounds better. It wasn't like I was a big shot or anything, so my objections were useless. So I'm sure you can figure it out by now, but my outlook on the future isn't great. It's a slight stretch. I guess that'd be my reason for wanting to die. So I guess we're all pretty similar after all. So what's Michelle's reason? I wonder... I mean, Michelle's situation isn't quite the same as a trans person, but it's similar enough that it appearing in two works, I wonder if the author is either trans or, like, knows someone who is. Well, sorry for dampening the mood with that. Just, you know, it appearing once in a work, like, oh yeah, there's a serial killer in Fata Morgana. That's not enough to make you think, oh, the author's a serial killer. But suddenly becoming a recurring theme. Well, I guess there's a serial killer here too, isn't there? But it's the same situation, but this is a completely different situation. Anyway, I actually don't even know the name of the maker of Fata Morgana. Maybe they are, or maybe they aren't. Well, sorry for dampening the mood with that. Let's patch up that little part at the end and make our way to the final stage here, shall we? Wait, I'm not finished discussing this. I haven't been able to ask you a single thing. If you want to discuss, let's do it later, if you still feel like it. But what's important right now is finishing 7th Lair. Okay, let's sing. Hope this mastermind of a creator shows himself. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. You know, it's... I'm not singing again. The river grown. Shall you true. Welcome to the entrance to 7th Lair. It really worked. What the heck? Morgana? And half her face isn't ruined. Your dedicated search for the creator is worthy of praise. Your rise to action and yearning for the truth will be a driving force for you all. Are you a fairy? The illustrations in Fairy House could hardly have been called realistic, frankly not even remotely good. The female with braided hair before us now felt like she resembled her, in a way I couldn't pinpoint. Merely making myself appear as a fairy, I was forced to do this in order to stay in congruence with this world. I have no physical form, no voice, yet my existence permeates everything all at once. Well, I suppose that the the strangeness of my existence made its way into this form a bit. Skeleton hand. But your arm, what's wrong with it? Who or what are you? Who am I? Asking is futile. Such an inquiry into my existence would have far too broad of a meaning to be communicated. But you're the one who did this, aren't you? Made this crazy 7th Lair game. And locked all of us inside of it. How odd. I do not intend to lock any of you in it. You being before me now means the next door is about to open. The place it takes you will depend on your own volition. Be it your own world, or to the 7th Lair, the Forest of the Suicidal. The Forest of the Suicidal? Oh, you're telling me I hit the nail on the head? So 7th Lair really did refer to a lair, pal. Why is Michelle here then? Did Giselle break up with him? Better not. Rotak is just kind of speculating, not being completely serious. I think it's more likely to be caused from just issues with him rather than Giselle. Can't be. This is too unrealistic. The word itself, unrealistic. At this point, the meaning was infinitesimal. Infinitesimal? Yeah. Surely we all knew that. The fact that the female being before us even existed, given everything that we had witnessed up until this point, any semblance of reality had long since been lost. So are you saying You're some kind of servant of hell. Or the devil itself. No, Michelle. I'm a retainer of God. Oh, okay. Hell is not solely the lair of the devil, mind you. Ha! You're a retainer of God? A good freaking job. Dragging some lonely humans into this absurd game. A little bored, huh? As I had already attempted to make clear, cannot be defined. I'm an uncountable existence, I'm not something that conforms to time. My existence, the me that which purports to be before you, is that alone. The actual me does not exist anywhere, yet everywhere all at once. This world is not one of individuals. It only things that have an infinite grasp and perception of what is. I don't understand any of this. Now you're talking about gods and stuff. I just can't believe any of it. How deplorably. Dante Alighieri recorded our world with striking accuracy. But it wasn't just fan fiction? And for many centuries, people were instilled with the fear of sin. But as ages have passed, the Divine Comedy has come to be but a work of fiction. But what world are we in? Can't be hell, because that makes no sense. How's all this made? You too are empty. How and why? Why? All these questions will bring you no discernible meaning. You have been met with an incomprehensible existence. Now you are trying to apply your logic to it. That will only bring you meaning that pertains to your own world and values. So, you're a retainer of God and can do anything, is what you mean? That was a mystery, people would be throwing tomatoes. Yet, there's something that we hold as important. Not such an empty inquiry, such as how this world was made, but rather, why it was made. So there's a reason. Not just for your sick pleasure. Pleasure? How foolish. Why would you assume this was for fun? What else are we supposed to think? Seventh Lair is just a game world. The one who created this world is you, is it not, Michelle? No, There's a universal law in our world. Creation, in its purest form, can only be done by the Father God. I am not God, but a retainer, not capable of creating a world from zero. Which is why I merely borrowed your view of the world. Yet the place of those contemplating suicide is not always a game world such as this. Michelle, since you have thought of this world at one point, this is the form it took. I cannot discern whether this game world that has been created is something you would expect of a game, merely expanded from a concept. This place can be considered an illusion. Near your world, all of you are unconscious in front of your civilization's machines. So, when we downloaded the game from Kingdom Heaven, your spirits, or souls rather, were called to this world. She said before, the force of the suicidal. Wait, could we already be dead? You needn't fret. You were not taking your lives by your own hands yet. Woo! Simply means it was a highly probable outcome for you. So it's like Imion said. One, ostracized by her supposed friends, a girl who made a world of her own. But the loneliness she felt daily was overpowering. Okay, what's Michelle's thing? One, a man who could not be rebound from his failures, who feared mingling with society, who led himself to destruction through drink and drugs. One, a youth plagued by dichotomy of the mind and body, unable to find compromise between the self and society, living days in pain. You better imagine Yukimasa. The painful emotions that you bear, one single push in a negative direction was certain to lead you to end your lives. I am a retainer of God, also an attendant of the forest of the suicidal. I understand the inner turmoil of you better than you can imagine. Through divine guidance, those souls have been brought together by an electronic platform, like moths to a flame, but awaited was not light. I too was drawn to that place. As I watched over your emotions and behavior, what you understood and what you did not, it's possible that not even we knew that. Felt on one hand that I understood her, and also that I was lost. The discomfort at not knowing what to ask or say was growing. Long silence enveloped all of us. Let me try and make some sense here. By all means, Michelle. So you're not a person, but an existence in the realm of God. So honestly, you didn't need to explain all of this. If they just woke up and were like, oh, I must run an angel, I would have been satisfied with that. Also, the attendant of the forest of the suicidal. You don't have the power to create this world. This is an illusion created based on my ideas for a game. All of us gathered here were those who contemplated suicide. That is correct. How good that you understand so quickly. But, hang on. It's one thing that isn't clicking here. And why is he here? Why am I here? Never contemplated suicide in my life. Wanted nothing more than to return this whole time. I have a reason that I must return. I can't have her worry about me. Wait, is Giselle dead? Since I have Giselle, no reason to want to end my life. Did you need my vision for a game? Is that why you called me here? I said moments ago that your interpretation was correct. While my words might lack certain specifics, they might not be specific. You have one crucial misunderstanding left within you. What do you mean? You stopped speaking so vaguely. All of you gathered here, as I said before, are those who are one step away from self-destruction. Meaning, if something did not spur you along, you would not have committed suicide. Allow me to tell you the reason I prepared this world. It's not important how it was made. However, for what purpose is more important than anything. Then, for what purpose was it made? For what purpose did you send us to an illusory world? Illusory. It was to save you. Save us? What are you saying? What, through such hardships? You say it was to save us? Well, it's about the friends we made along the way. Perhaps you mistake benevolence for malevolence. There was a guaranteed way to save you all. I'm the attendant of the force of the What about Yukimasa? The suicidal. In spite of our methodology, we do not accept such thoughts, but dispel them. So you mean, you wanted to prevent the suicide? Not only you all, but I've interviewed with many who strove towards self-slaughter, and such have prevented such outcomes uncountable times. This just goes on and on. Like, shut up, Morgana, just get on with it. However, interviewing with you all did not go as planned. You all came to the brink. You, guided by an invariably evil will, having no time to ponder the alternative, were being sucked rapidly into the world of the dead. What do you mean, an evil will? For you and others weak like you, you're able to be easily infected by emotion, particularly if that emotion is one that desires death. Your desire for death was cast upon you by a certain being. Giselle? Wait. Is Giselle evil? Which is the reason I created 7th Lair and it interfered with your electronic world. It's for the electronic data that was originally meant to be published on the first day of April. I replaced it with 7th Lair. Your lives were all temporarily saved. Wait, or is Michelle the one? Don't even wait, you make it sound like it means that you're all about to be killed by Michelle. What? Hey, she's trying to kill them? Why would Dark Dork? It can't be true. Like, was he like shutting down the site in the game he made? It was like, haha, get a life, you losers. I have a girlfriend now. Michelle, by some interpretations, made a masterpiece. By channeling his own malice and desperation into data. Those with the desire for death would have taken their own lives with the final push from his creation. For a second, I thought that Giselle masterminded everything. Like, it's implied that she's Imion's friend. And she could have somehow known Nelly, and she was actually the girl who bullied Nelly. Don't ask about the age gap. And she ran into Jacopo at the convenience store once. This was the anticipated future for all of you. Wait, what do you mean? Why would I ever bring myself to do something like that? Don't just make things up as you go. I would never do something like that. Yes, as you are now, I believe you certainly would not. You are not evil in heart. I think you're much closer to a good Samaritan in nature. However, no matter how benevolent you may be, an overwhelming cause could lead you to fall. A cause? Can't think of anything like that. What cause could there have possibly been? The cause was... Wait, Michelle, don't listen to her. Dang, it's coming together now. Say no more, Fairy. You already saved us, so let's leave it at that. Just take us back to your reality already. Hey, Emion? I'm assuming Michelle talked to Emion about this. It's fine, you don't need to hear any more of this. Let's get out of 7th Lair together. No one's going to the forest of the suicidal. Cannot allow that. You who have attempted, if I should say, you who desire suicide, you three may return home. But for the one who has already committed the act, you have no other choice but to enter 7th Lair. Wait. Is that implying Michelle's already committed suicide? Nah. Already? Michelle Bollinger is no longer among the living. What? Yeah, that's what I said. What? What? What about the offline readout? Yes, along with the game data infused with your death, you initiated the suicide of others. What was the game? It was him filming himself committing suicide? Like, Michelle is dead? And the cause for your suicide became a powerful motivation for your final creation, and it ended up being a masterpiece that would influence others who had a similar desire for death. What could that be? To put it briefly, stop it. Say no more. It was... Stop it now, fairy! The death of your lover. Okay, if it was Giselle breaking up with him, I would have been upset. Because, you know, that... But her dying is a much... Taking that memory from you temporarily. Which is why I took all the memories of the death of your lover as well. And now... I will return them to you. I see. That's why, Emion. That's why you're getting so flustered just now. Right, I remembered. The hole in my memory is coming back. I had talking with him about it for so long. From the time she collapsed, up until her life was lost. About what I could do, and what I should do. Right up until she died, I depended on him. Now I remembered. Remembered why she sang the Song of the Fairy. I remembered it all. So like it's a really long video. Can I get an achievement so I can cut it? Nope, I'm cutting it there anyway. No achievement, but that is... I have to cut it there. Like, it sucks. I'm starving and I have to go in like an hour. I can't finish it today. I hate it, but I have to... It sucks. Thought I was gonna cut that video when I get the last achievement, huh? Ave Maria. I am not looking forward to next time. Yep. I liked how this episode, though, kind of talked about, like, anonymity on the internet. It kind of talked about that, you know, before. But this, you know, it really came out with it. I thought originally this 7 Layers, like, main, like, theme would be about creation. But, which, I mean, it still is. But that's just part of it, right? It's just about how people take on different, well, I don't want to say masks. That's not, different personas. Not even just online, just through their works too, for example. Like, maybe, you know, through Fata Morgana, the creator expressed something that they couldn't express through other means, right? That kind of thing. Maybe. Maybe I'm reading too far into it. Anyways, guys, I am starving. I haven't eaten since like 9 this morning. It's 4 p.m. I gotta go eat. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.